Greetings gastronauts, this is KeefCooks, I'm Keef, and today I'm going to show you how to make sous vide leg of lamb. Wonderfully tender, delicious. And I'm also going to do a review of a new sous vide gadget that I've got. But before we start, a shout out to one of my Patreon fans, Matt Shepkar, who left me a message on Patreon saying that he'd seen me at the Bridge Inn in Kirkstall, just outside Leeds, last weekend, but was too starstruck to come and say hello. Oh man. Well, I don't actually bite, so, you know, next time come and say hello and pints might be bought. Right, as you probably know, I'm a bit of a fan of sous vide cooking, and I've been doing it for about 3 years using an immersion circulator from Nuovoware. But a few weeks ago I got an email from a company called Nuovoware, which is very hard to say, asking me if I'd like to review their immersion circulator, and I said, oh yeah. So here it is. Nuovoware Sous Vide Immersion Circulator. Nice box. Cooks steak, salmon, chicken, eggs. I wouldn't actually... it tells you temperatures and times. I wouldn't go by that. There's plenty of information on the interwebs that goes into a lot more detail of a lot more things. So, yeah. Also, it's certified for everything. Yeah. All those lovely things that, you know, basically I don't really know what most of them are. And yeah, main features: LCD touch display, min and max markings, also adjustable clip, yeah, and it's made from 304 stainless steel, which is the proper food grade steel that should be used on things like this. So that's all grand. Let's open the box. Some tight-fitting polystyrene. Oh, that was hard work. Little instruction booklet. And the gadget. Quite a chunky thing and seems to be well made. I've broken it. You can actually remove that cylinder if you ever need to really clean the element and impeller and things. You shouldn't really ever need to do that. And the clamp to hold it to your cooking vessel. So I like that. I like that it's actually a part of the machine, not a separate item. So let's set it up and warm up some water. So I'm using this big plastic container purely so that you can see what's going on. Normally I would use a deep pot. Doesn't really matter what you use as long as it's food safe and needs to have more or less straight sides so that the clamp will do its job. Okay, it's important that you get your water level above the minimum indicated on the barrel down there. Got a fly in my water. It won't operate if there's not enough water, and if the water level drops during cooking below that mark, it'll cut out, it'll stop working. Okay, let's plug it in and see what happens. It lights up. And you see that a temperature unit is indicated, that's for Celsius. You can change it to Fahrenheit by pressing this set button and holding it down for about 3 seconds. I actually always work in Celsius because I'm a modern person. So once you've set that, the next time you switch it on, it will remember that. So once you've set your temperature units, you want to set your target temperature, and you do that by holding down the power button for 3 seconds, and the temperature indicator will start to flash, and you can use the up and down arrows to achieve what you want. I would have really preferred a rotary dial kind of thing, because this is a little fiddly to use. Anyway, once you've set your temperature, you hit the set button once, and it will then go on to display the current temperature of the water, and the next thing to do is set the time. This indicator is hours and minutes, and it will do up to 99 hours and 59 minutes, I suppose. So I'm not actually bothered about the timing for this, so I've just set it to something more than what I'm going to need, but I'm going to need something between 5, 7, 8 hours. So you set your hours, press the set button, then the minutes bit flashes, set that, press the set button, and then you can hit the power button and it will start to heat up. So the red light comes on and the temperature starts to rise. Okay, so I'm all ready to prep my lamb. I've got half a leg, which is just under 1 kilo, a couple of cloves of garlic, a sprig of rosemary from the garden, and salt, pepper and extra virgin rapeseed oil, canola oil, or you could use olive oil if you want. So I just want to mincify the garlic. And then, oops, oil everywhere, some of it on the lamb. Grind of pepper. And press in some garlic as well. Sometimes I would make slits in the flesh and stick unminced garlic in there, but I'm not doing that today. Okay, now we need to bag it up. I've got this cheapo vacuum pack machine from Aldi for about 20 quid. It works okay, but it's the noisiest thing on the planet. But you know, I've only had that a few months. Up until then I was very happily using Ziploc bags, and with those you just put the stuff in and put it into the water until the air is expelled, and then zip it shut. Don't forget the rosemary. Okay, cool and groovy. So this goes in there for at least 5.5 hours, but it'll be tenderer if it gets longer time, so I'm going to try and give it 7 or 8. I'll leave it as long as I can before Mrs. KeefCooks comes home demanding dinner. Right, in we go. And sometimes you'll find your food will float, so you might need to put a plate or a bowl in there as a weight to keep it below the water. Right, the meat has had 6 and a bit hours, so it's should be done. And I reckon it was pretty floaty meat, because I've got a plate, a bowl and a ruler in there to keep it underwater. The sous vide machine itself, well, does its job. Keeps the temperature stable and it's accurate to within 0.1 of a degree Celsius. 3 years ago when I got my Nuovoware Immersion Circulator, it cost about £160. This costs about £70 in the UK. In the States it's only like $53, which I reckon is a bargain. However, Brits, do not despair. I've got a discount code. Here it is. That's valid till the end of May, and it'll get you 15% off the retail price if you enter that code at checkout. We've also got codes for Spain, France, Italy and Germany, and I'll put those in the description way down there, so make the most of it. I'm going to steam some out of season new potatoes from Mallorca, some carrots and asparagus with a bit of spring onion chopped over it, and I'm making a lovely sauce. Okay, I'm going to take the meat out and all the crockery. And well, this is 55 degrees, so it's not massively hot. Here we go. Ooh, oh, got lots of liquid in there. I hope the bag hasn't leaked. Looks like the vacuum didn't hold. Could be a problem. Save that jus to add to my sauce. Get rid of the rosemary tree. As always with sous vide, it looks distinctly unappealing. So what I'm going to do now is just sear that in a hot pan. Just pop a little bit of oil in there. Okay, that looks somewhat better, I think. So I'm just going to temp this in foil to keep it warm till we're ready for it. And do the rest of the veggies. Another nice thing about sous vide gadgets is they're easy to keep clean. We just take that off, let it drip dry, and then all you need to do is just give the cylinder a wipe, otherwise you might get some kind of scale marks accumulating. But that's it. It goes in the drawer for another day. Let's carve our sheep. Yeah, I should have mentioned that temperature I cooked at 55 degrees Celsius is for medium rare. If you want it less pink, use a higher temperature. Alrighty, it's taste test time with Mrs. KeefCooks. Yay! Oh, you look very nice. Thank you. You do.
Thank you.
Want some gravy?
Oh yes, please. Oh, I do like lamb.
I know.
Haha. It's a bit of mint sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mint sauce. Yeah. Ka-ching. Salud.
Cheers. Yeah, it's been a good day, but a long one. I'm a little bit tired.
Ibagom.
Oh yeah. I always say this, but it's very nice. So, did you do this in the oven or in dark cooker?
No, this is in a sous vide. So it definitely works.
It definitely works. I haven't got the energy to stand here and eat, I'm afraid. I need to sit down.
Okay.
But that is delicious.
Alright. Can we do that?
I could do that.
Right. Well, thank you for watching. And see you next time.